We're seeing some vision here of Trump and Putin, now Trump and Zelensky. And it was interesting because we just played we quoted a few things that Donald Trump has said on social media post the funeral. And he even intimated in there that he goes, I think Putin could be playing with me, in his own words. That's something that a lot of people are thinking, aren't they, around the world. Steve Witkoff met with Putin for a fourth time.
No, it's absolutely true. And I think that's one of the things about Trump, and just both in his first and second term, where in so many of his one-time alliances, thinking with even member of his own cabinet, Jeff Sessions, the attorney general first term, one of his closest allies at first, who he had a falling out with. We've seen that pattern so many times over. Or you've seen the opposite with the Kim Jong-un instance of him actually becoming increasingly friendly with him over time. Since 2016, Putin and Trump's relationship has been completely very controversial, and for good reason. But I've always thought there's always been kind of an underestimated possibility that the eventual outcome would be a falling out between the two. And it's just really unpredictable when it comes to both Trump on a personal level and White House policy. But as it stands, I do think that both Trump and Vance are pretty committed to pressuring Ukrainian and European allies to support a peace deal where Ukraine's territory, especially Crimea, which seems like they're really honing in on, would be given to Russia. So there's still a lot of alarm among allies right now.
On the subject of pressure and looking more domestically at the US, what do you think is going to happen to Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, the controversial pick, the captain's pick?
When it comes to Hegseth, I think that's one where even a lot of people in MAGA world you see, since it has such salience publicly, you see people tweet in favor of him or go on talk shows to defend him. But the tea leaves, when people are looking at it closely, it looks like Hegseth just has increasingly fewer allies. There's plenty of times when people will want to stick their heads out to support someone who is very ideologically similar to them. And if there's someone who's getting a lot of flack for their beliefs, people will go and stick their head out for them. But Hegseth isn't really that case. He's not someone getting attacked for being too conservative, too MAGA flavored. He's someone who's getting a lot of heat from all sides of the aisle right now because of his own personal conduct and controversy surrounding him personally. And because of that, it's just going to see a situation where fewer and fewer people are incentivized to actually stick their head.
Do you think he'll go, Aidan? Aidan, do you think he'll go?
I think that it's fairly likely he'll go by the end of the year. I think that things could easily cool down. And when we're in a news cycle where stories rarely dominate coverage for more than a few days at the time, the idea of a defense secretary leaving after 3 months in the first 100 days, that would look embarrassing. But I think it's very possible that he's out by the end of 2025, I think.
They are interesting days. Thank you, Aidan. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.